Hey guys, good morning, good afternoon, or good evening, wherever you may be. I want to talk to you today about feel. Playing with feel is kind of an ambiguous terminology, but I think it means generally the same thing to everyone, whether you know how to demonstrate it or not. And I'm gonna do my best to demonstrate it. I've seen a lot of guitar videos in my YouTube feed lately. I've really been watching some of my favorite guitar heroes, and I'm just like, man, every time I watch these guys, they have such great feel. And so I'm gonna try and capture some elements that I think apply universally to playing with feel and see if I can convey them to you so that you can employ them in your own guitar playing. So I think there's a couple basic elements to playing with feel. The first one is a sense of melody. I think when you can really identify and latch on to what a guitar player is saying, that's really something that I gravitate towards when I'm watching somebody play. You know, it's great to see all the super fast stuff, technically difficult licks and tricks of our favorite guitar players, but really, when it comes down to it, the melody is what people are going to remember after your solo is over. So the next part about playing with feel is intonation, and this is both bending in tune and vibrato, as well as just chords and how you attack the note on the string, that everything is always perfectly in tune. That way your ear is never displeased. And I'm talking exactly precise intonation, not even a microtone off. So this riff here is not correct. The correct way to play that with proper intonation and feel, if you will, would be. Now we're going to get to the third piece, which is making what I just played actually sing. And that has to do with the final element that I'm going to talk about regarding playing with feel, which is finger tone. And this is different than intonation, because intonation is simply playing in tune, but finger tone is actually the tone of your fingers on the guitar strings. And you can tell if somebody has great finger tone if they play an electric guitar without an amplifier. One of my teachers from college, Tomo Fujita, would always stress practicing with a metronome with no guitar amplifier on your electric guitar and trying to make these unamplified strings sound as good as possible. So that way, when you have an array of enhancement in front of you, you should sound amazing. So why don't you try turning your amp off if you have it on and see if you can get it to sound like creamy and delicious and excellent. There's a delicacy of finger tone that you have to have. You have to have dynamics, and when you have dynamics in your finger tone, that will allow you to adjust based on the melody that you're playing, the point in the song that you're playing in, and it'll allow you to really build up and bring down the mood so that you can convey and manipulate the audience or whoever you're playing to. Maybe it's just yourself, but you'll be able to really control the full gambit of your instrument, and you'll be able to play exactly what you're trying to express. So very delicately, all the way up to, and then once you feel good about that with no amplifier, so really dial in that super soft feel. All the way up. Perfect intonation, perfect finger tone and a sense of melody. And this is really just a mentality. You can't sit down and be like, I'm gonna play with feel. It's just something you have to keep in the back of your mind. If you've never thought about playing guitar like this, trust me, I didn't until somebody told me, and I watched a bunch of my favorite guitar players. But if you're simply conscious of this concept, it will vastly improve how you approach playing solos or even chord progressions or whatever it is you play. It will change the way that you play for the better, because you're going to be paying attention to the dynamic of your playing. You're going to be paying attention to how you play the notes on the guitar, and I think you'll care more about every single note that you play. So again, the elements of playing with feel would be a sense of melody, intonation, and finger tone. So I'm going to play a little chord progression and see if I can implement all three of those things at once. Try it out. Try just really being soft with it first, because I think it's a lot harder to play soft and really delicately than it is to really just rip something like that. And I feel like a lot of guitar players, when they're starting out, start at that high end of the spectrum. So tone it down, get really like sensual with it, if you will. Just have fun. Just really feel what's coming out of your guitar strings, and turn off your amplifier first. It'll really make you be like, man, I can't wait to turn this thing back on. But if you just have a little bit of discipline to turn off the amp for like 5 or 10 minutes, get down this this approach of sense of melody, strong intonation, and finger tone, it will really make a difference when you turn that amp back on, and it will affect how you approach guitar playing. It really did for me, and I hope this was helpful for you guys. Again, I really appreciate you watching these videos. I have a ton of fun making them, and they're good for me too, because I can have like a little library of my own brain to go back to if I ever forget something. So, and please let me know some of your favorite guitar players who you think have the best feel. I would love to hear what you guys think. I always love talking with you guys. So thanks again. I will talk to you tomorrow.